Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Play Date. We are cranking on this new series. This series is using the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper by Stampin' Up. This series starts using just this sheet alone. It is a 12 pack. It has 6 designs. There are 2 each of them, so 2 each of 6 designs. You get 2 sheets like this. In my first video, I show you how to cut them apart without making it complicated because we're going to use almost all of these. Almost all, not quite, in this series. And I'm not trimming them down. So if this piece is a 4-inch square exactly like this, I'm not trimming it at all. It's going to be that size so that it shows you how to make very easy cards. All right, we're going to get started. If you'd like to order this paper, it is in the description below. We are using just this pack of Designer Series paper and just one stamp set. It is called Sending Smiles. Yeah, I took it away. Oh, here it is. It is called Sending Smiles, and we're using the dies that coordinate with it. You could or don't necessarily have to have those dies. You could do something else, although we do use them for one of the cards. This one here. So maybe you want it. So hang in there. Maybe you do. And you also, if you want, so that's what you would do. And everything that I use in all of these cards is listed below. But if you want to order just the solid cardstock with the accessories that I use in each of the cards, and you want to add your own stamps and your own Designer Series paper, that's fine. I can send you all the parts that I have. Today we are making this one. So I'm going to clean up these other 6 cards and let's get going. I love this. This is so simple, and it's a great, possibly masculine card, which is always hard to find one that doesn't have a truck or a motorcycle or a boat. My husband and my kids are not fishermen, so those cards never work for my boys. They drive, but, well, and not slowly, unfortunately, but I don't think a race car is really for them. Okay, this paper is called Pretty Peacock. It used to be one of the papers that we had in our permanent collection, and then it retired, and then it came back. So we are using Pretty Peacock, and we are using Wild Wheat. Okay, this looks yellow unless you put it up against the curry, and then you can see that it's really not yellow. It's called Wild Wheat. It is one of our new in colors. And the panel that I'm using for that, so this panel came out to be a really standard size. It is 5 1/4 by 4. So you could just stick it right on here and that would be fine. But I liked it with a little bit of the wheat behind it to kind of make it pop out a little bit more. So this panel then is going to be just a touch bigger. So it's going to be 5 3/4. I'm sorry, not 5 3/4. 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that just gives me a 1/8 little tiny lip. I can do this one first, that's fine. I don't normally do this one first, but I will this time. It gives me just a little tiny lip around my colored panel. There you go. And now I can do this one. Normally I would glue this to this and then the whole thing on, but I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy today. It's very possible. Often am. Seldom I'm sure, sometimes wrong. All right, let's go. This goes on here, and you can see it just gives it a tiny bit of the Wild Wheat frame. Now, if I was really trying to save paper, this is going to go inside. Instead of doing white inside, which would be so stark to write on it, I think it would look great with the Wild Wheat, and then you could write on it, and it would still be visible. If I really wanted to save some paper, on this panel that's on the outside, that is where I would go ahead and punch. I would just punch right in the middle. I would punch my label out that is going to be right here. But I didn't do that. So anyway, I would punch my label out of the middle and you would never know. But I have this edge. This is the edge that when I cut out my panels, because I cut out 4, right? 4 come out of one sheet. I was left with this edge, and I can go ahead and punch. I promise. I can go ahead and just feed it in there and punch out my label right out of that right out of that. So I'm not wasting anything at all. All right, and we are going to stamp birthday wishes on it because men have birthdays too. I know. We think they should just get us good gifts, but we really have to get them good gifts too. Actually, I don't know who I'm kidding. We give great gifts, right? We're the thoughtful ones. We give the good gifts. All right, I'm stamping birthday wishes. What I think is hilarious is I almost always forget that you can actually stamp. I don't love that S. You could actually stamp on other colored cardstocks other than just white and vanilla. You really can, I promise. No stamp police coming to your house. 1, 2, 3. Is that better? Yeah, I do think it's better. Okay, so there is my sentiment. I am going to pop that up. Just going to use some little scrap dimensionals here. Oh, yeah, that's the one I didn't like, right? And I'm going to use little piece here, and you can tear them off or you can cut them off. Usually I cut them off, so I don't usually do that, but whew, you know what? I put it on the side that I liked better. Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm throwing those off, not paying attention to that. I'm going to stick this up here, and you know, if I really hated this, I could punch another one, no big deal. But once you've stuck something down, I'm going to teach you a trick here. Once you've stuck something down with dimensionals, if I pull it off, there's a chance it's going to cut this paper, and I don't want to do that. If it did, it wouldn't be that big a deal because I could just put my new label over it. But I would just slide my scissors underneath my label and work on cutting my dimensionals. See, I just cut the dimensionals right off like that. And then you just roll the dimensionals with your thumb, and no worse for the wear, right? There is how to fix a big trick. Boy, that's a good craft hack. See, you knew you were watching me for a reason. I'm going to do this again just because I hated it, and it's a short video anyway. All right, so I've told you this in every video, but I don't know how many of these you're watching. You definitely have to watch the first one. If you want the DSP, the link is below. The DSP stands for Designer Series Paper. That's the whole big pack of paper. The stamp set also will be below, so you can order that from there. If you want all the individual cardstocks, you can do that. They'll all be listed below, along with all the accessories. You can order it like that. But if you want just enough of the solid cardstock and the accessories to make these 7 cards in this series, then all you have to do is send me an email. My email address is in the description, and put kit in the inside, or on the, I'm sorry, in the, you know, the subject line. Add kit. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to be finicky. See, I'm being finicky. Okay, there you go. And now I'm going to add these. These are gold little pearls. They come in a set with silver. We're only using the gold and all these cards. We're not using any of the silver. All right, I showed you this trick before too. I'm going to do number 1 and then number 3. And then it makes it much easier for me to center perfectly, chase around, center perfectly number 2. Oh my gosh, if my nails were not so long, it would be way easier to do everything in my life. Okay, there you go. So this card is done. Oh, of course, I'm going to put this inside. I told you that. All right, so if you want the cardstock, be sure you email me with kit. If you want to order the other parts, all the links will be in there. The links in the description are the same ones in all 7 videos, okay? So if you just want the colors to make this particular card set, this is the Wild Wheat, and this is the Pretty Peacock ink, and you're all set. That is the easiest card, and it's great, right? Understated elegance is a good thing. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll come back and check in because we have just a couple more videos to go in this series, and you have made all of the cards in your set. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.